Hello everyone, and I welcome you all to a new series of front-end web development. Alright, so I hope you must be knowing a little about web development and what is web development, right? So whatever I see, like whenever I open a search engine, okay, whenever I open my, let's say, Google Chrome, alright, and if I open this window, whatever I'm seeing right now here is, like, suppose I wrote something and this ended in my result. It is not a result right now, but okay, like, you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so whatever you are seeing in front of your eyes, whatever is happening here, if I cross this gets cleared, and if I click on this I get to go to this page. So whatever we are doing here on a search engine on web is called web development. All right. So web development basically consists of two things, that is front-end web development and back-end web development. So front-end web development means front-end basically means what user can see. Suppose I can see this page here, I can see the functionality here. So everything is included in front-end part. Now fetching the content from a server is the part of backend, and maintaining the user base, that is part of the backend. So in this video or in this series, we are basically focusing on our front-end development. Okay. So here we are going to learn about HTML. Okay. We are going to learn about CSS, and we are going to learn about uh, JavaScript. Okay. So let me tell you little bit detail about what is HTML, what is CSS, and what is JavaScript. So HTML basically gives the structure to a web page. Okay. CSS, on the other hand, gives styling. Okay, gives styling, and JavaScript basically gives us the functionality in a web page. Okay, suppose I am here. If I type here, I can write anything. Okay, I can use the backspace, or I can click on let's say here, or let's say here. Okay, so these are the different things you can do, right? So these all the functionalities of a web page that is handled by uh, JavaScript. Okay. So in the first module of this series, we are going to learn about HTML. Okay. Let me just clear out the screen a little bit. Okay, that's good. Okay. So first of all, let's write the full form of HTML. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay. So the main focus here is our about text markup. Okay. So by language you can see that HTML is basically a language. Okay. It is a web page language which is used to give a structure to our website or web page. So what does markup here mean? Okay. Now you might be wondering about this thing. Okay. So let me tell you about the old era when people used to write book, and that when it was sent to print, how it was done. Okay. So what happened there was people used to write ran like the text. Suppose I write E, and I write here this and 2.0 something. Okay. And suppose I write something, and if I underline this. So these are symbols, like this symbol or this symbol. So here they used to have a you know symbol for it. Like this was supposed to tell you it is a superscript, and this used to tell you this is going to be bold here. Okay. So these things, these symbols and their meanings, which are used in the simple text, these were called markups. Okay. So similarly, HTML does the same thing. We write a simple text in our web page, like suppose A, B, C, D, or anything, and our HTML basically tells us how the user will see this thing. It can be the bold, it can be the italics, or it can be the list like A, B, C, D, and like that. Okay. Cool. So I hope this was clear to you and like you understood this part, right? Now, web development or either it be front end or back end, is hand-on experience. All right. So rather than just giving you the theory, we'll go to the coding part from the starting, so that you also like just code side by side with me and grasp the fundamentals or the well, and you will lay a good foundation for your web development skill. Okay. So let's go to your Chrome browser or any browser which you use. Okay. Open a new tab and open codepen.io. Okay. And just log in here and you'll see this what do you say, front page, and go to pen here. Okay. So you can see that here is our page, and here you can write code in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and that code will be shown here. So since we are going to work on HTML right now, so you just maximize the HTML editor. Okay. That's good. Okay. Now we can do one thing. Let's go to. Alright, let's just simply write hello world. We can see that this thing will be printed directly on our web page. Okay. Cool. Let's go to this part. Okay. If you just type this thing, I'll provide the link in the description. You can just copy the link from there and just reach to this website. Alright. So when you reach this website, you can see like different. This is basically a project Gutenberg library where we are seeing the book The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. Okay. Now you can read this book in different ways. Let's see if we do it in the plain text. You can see the book looks like this, looks something like this. Just the text, and that's it. And if I go and read this book online in the HTML form, you can see that this is how a book should look, right? With all the lines and the different sizes of the fonts and contents, like everything is seems well maintained. Okay. Let's try to have this thing on our own. Hmm. Let's try to imitate this thing which is written here on our page. If I just write this thing, what will happen? Hmm. It is just simple text here. That's it. But we don't want this thing. We want this thing, right? To be, it should look something like this. Okay? So you can see that Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This should be a little bigger than this part. Alright, so what to do here? Font. Okay, I'll write a simple code, HTML. Just don't be intimidated by it. We will talk about it later. So let me tell you about the, first of all, let me tell you about the tags. Okay. A tag is basically which gives you the attributes to a sentence or attribute to an element uh, in your HTML. So a tag basically starts by this symbol, okay, and it ends by this symbol. And here you write the tag name. So here I'm just going to write H1. Just don't be intimidated by it. You just understand it. Since we open a tag, we have to close the tag as well. Okay. So here we close the tag. Hmm. Okay. You can see that this part, Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, if I move the window a little bit here. Okay. This looks good. This part is greater than this part, right? And suppose I write H2 and H2. Hmm. So we can see that it is like just not exactly, but yeah, it is looking something like this, with different sizes. Or we can just say it to be H3. Hmm, that looks better, right? So this is what we have to do. Okay. Now you might be wondering, like I told you about the tag, but what is this H1? What is this H3? Right? That's fine. So web development is not basically about cramming things up, but web development is basically, learning how easily you can Google stuff up for your knowledge on, like, you should be having a thing like, okay, I understood that I have to show it in this format. I know this thing, but how to do that, and to understand these things, you should be, know how to Google stuff up. Right? So there's a very famous website called Mozilla Developer Networks, okay, MDN, where you find every little detail of development languages. Yeah. So like in HTML also you will have it. Suppose I write headings, HTML, MDN. Okay. H1 to H6, this is our code. Here we'll go down and see what is everything. So you can like read this stuff. H1 to H6 elements represent 6 levels of section headings. Okay. H1 is the highest section level and H6 is the lowest level. Okay. Then you can also like see the example. This is written and you can check its output here as well. So we learnt about what is H do. Okay, we know H1 what H1 do and what H3 does and everything, right? You also learned one major thing, that we can have sizes from H1 to H6 only, and if we write H7, H8, it won't make a difference. All right. That's good. You can see one thing, that here there is a difference. Like there should be a gap here, right? How to bring that gap? If this was your simple, what you say, uh, Word document, what how you would have brought the gap? You just have enter, press enter, and the gap would have shown here. But the same shit do not happen in HTML. So for HTML, if you have to have enter, there's a tag for it as well. What is that tag? That tag is BR. Okay. You can see the gap here. Now you must be wondering why I have not closed BR. Okay. You might be wondering about it. What is the best method to adopt here? Go to Google, write open tags and close tags in HTML. Okay. I'll just write MDM. It is not showing here, but let's pick another site. Okay, let's see this one. Hmm. Okay, this is not the correct side. Like, even I have to, check which side to pick or which side not to pick. See, the BR tag or empty element defines a line break and is an empty element without a closing tag. Okay. So there are few tags which do not require a closing tag because there's no, element or there's no content written inside of them. That's why BR is used. All right. Hmm. So I hope you understood like the module which we will be working on, right? And I also hope you understood the fundamentals of HTML, like why HTML is used and what is the meaning of HTML, full form and everything. And we'll also be coding on the Visual Studio Code, and I'll teach you how to set it up as well. All right. So that was it for this video, and stay tuned for further videos. Thank you for watching, and see you later.